Hey everyone, just had some really crazy shit happen to me and I thought I'd pass it along for your amusement or whatever. So I just gave my dog a bath and I figured, well, I just gave her a bath, so I'll hop in the shower. And as I'm coming out, grab my towel, my dog starts going crazy, just barking like crazy. So I think, well, it's probably one of the neighbor kids or something, she just goes nuts sometimes. But then she did it again. And so at this point, I heard someone pounding on the door, just like really pounding on it. Not just the gentle knock of some solicitor or something, but this someone really wanted to come in for some reason. So I wrapped a towel around my waist and I went to the door because I had to shut my dog up, number one. And, just getting dressed would have taken too long and drying off sufficiently. So I opened the door and there's this black lady there. She says, "Call 911, my heart's racing." And, without even asking any questions, it's like, all right, she might be having a heart attack. Going to call 911. So I grab my phone, call 911. Well, in the meantime, I go back out. I see that my neighbor's there, and she needs to go sit down somewhere, and she must have really been pounding to get his attention. He's pretty hard of hearing, so the fact that he even had his door open, says a lot. So a very persistent lady. Anyway, she wanted to come sit down, so sure, invited her in, let her have a seat. Said, need to cool off a bit, so I grabbed a tray of ice for her because I didn't know how much she wanted or what she wanted to do specifically. Like maybe she wanted to suck on it or whatever. Anyway, I was calling 911, dispatch and everything. And they were talking with me. And, I let them know that there's this lady here and her heart was racing. She's having probably a panic attack. But anyway, she wanted me to call 911. So that's why I was calling 911. And in the meantime, my neighbor, he was coming and going. And then the lady, was grabbing more ice for her. And then on the phone, they were asking me if I had any like acetaminophen or aspirin or what I had and what doses and stuff. So I had to go find all that shit. Meanwhile, my dog's going crazy because it's a tiny apartment and there's nowhere to lock her, and all that stuff was in the bathroom anyway. So I did like pick up the dog, carry her around, and try and find all the shit and then bring it back. And anyway, so my neighbor had his portable phone, not a cell phone, just a portable phone over here, and then the lady started talking with the dispatch on that phone. So we had like two simultaneous 911 calls, and at that point I said, okay, you can hang up now. So good deal. And just a couple minutes later, first ambulance showed up, and then I believe a fire truck. I didn't really look outside because I was busy inside. So 3 EMS showed up, came up the stairs and down the hall, and my neighbor was outside and I was outside, and we directed them into my apartment and showed her where the lady was, just sitting on the couch in the living room. And then they clearly recognized her though, so this is someone they'd had run-ins with before. And it turns out this isn't where she lives like probably a mile from here, so just the fact that she was here is kind of odd. But anyway, they clearly knew her well enough that the impression I got when they walked in was like, oh no, not this again. It's one of those things like, they're here, they got the 911 call, so they have to respond to it. But it's like, are we really wasting our time with this lady again? It's kind of the impression I got from what they were saying. Anyway, they checked her vitals real quick, and then she walked out under her own power, and they took her away in an ambulance because that's what you do when 911 gets called. Anyway, the gentlemen were here and they were looking around and kind of making some small talk. And I've got a bunch of computer monitors around the room because I do some refurbishing, and I got a really good deal. I picked up like 17 monitors for $80. Flat screens, LCDs, $80, pretty good price for a shit ton of monitors. So I had these like everywhere. I got bookcases, and on top of every single bookcase in this room is just like monitors in rows, and it looks pretty cool. But anyway, they're just curious, and I told them I do refurbishing in my spare time, but it's not really my job. It's just something I do on the side. And, they're really nice, and two of them went out. One went out with the lady, another one took a few notes and then left. And the third guy calls me over, and, he's getting his stuff together. And he's like, hey, come here. I was like, yeah, what's going on? So I went over, and they said, is this yours? And then he shows me this little tiny plastic bag with some white shit in it. And I looked at it, I was like, what's that? He says, it's probably cocaine. Is it yours? I said, no. He says, because if it is, I'll give it to you because I'm not police. I don't care. If that's your thing, you do it. I said, no, get that shit out of here. So this lady, so my guess is this lady, a mile from where she was supposed to be, probably went to one of the local drug dealers here, picked up some bad shit, and sent her heart racing, and that's why she was here calling 911, and that's why I had to call 911. And after all of that, she left her drugs here. Thankfully, the paramedic or EMT, I don't know what his rank is, but thankfully he took care of it for me and disposed of it. But it's just kind of crazy, I mean, you try and help someone and then they leave some really nasty shit in your apartment that if some random cop had shown up to the call and found that, then I would have had some explaining to do. So it's just kind of crazy that even happened. And so yeah, I just wanted to share my mildly amusing anecdote with you, and hope you enjoyed it. A couple of other things unrelated. Obviously, I'm posting the Friday casual games where I'm playing UK. Those are going up unedited. And I do have 2 weeks worth of Ming videos at this point. They're queued but not yet edited. And I've got some shit to do this weekend, and I'm probably going to be really busy next weekend. So I don't know when I'm going to finally get around to editing those. But when I do, I'll have like 12 hours worth of videos to look through. So that's going to take an eternity. I'm not looking forward to it. And also, it's just more fun to play games and waste time than edit the videos, which is why I hadn't spent my free time working on that. But eventually I'll get to it. But for now, I'm just going to be uploading the Friday games because those are kind of chill. People seem to like the unedited videos, so I'll just keep posting those, I guess. Obviously, if I'm not editing, I'm not making P-Doc shorts either, so that's why there haven't been any P-Doc shorts lately. And but yeah, the streams will be up at the usual times. So today's stream will be up at 7 p.m. Eastern time. Obviously, the Sunday game where I'm playing Ming, if you want to see where that is at the moment, you can view that one 1 p.m. Eastern time on Sunday. So yeah, that's about it. I'm going to try and calm down my dog, chill for a little bit, and then it's on to the Friday game. So thanks for watching and have a good one.